We should be live now, just in the Google Plus stream. Tonight we've got April Summers with us, and I'm just going to throw some invites out. Well, I don't know if April wants to introduce herself, because April's just passed 1 million followers, so she thought she's a special occasion, want to come out and meet everybody. I'm just going to, somebody wants to take over, and I'll just put some invites out.
Cool. Someone want to host first? Do you want me to host first?
You guys want to share it in the stream as well? Has it gone in the stream publicly?
Just shared it, Mike. Yeah.
I suppose the biggest thing we can say here is for those people just on the Google Plus platform is to say that supposedly it's a ghost town, and then Friday evening tonight we've got April Summers with us, who has just got 1 million followers. So if it is a ghost town, then I guess there's a lot of ghosts running around maybe the UK and the world who can supposedly not follow April or follow April at 1 million.
Mm.
Thank you, Mike.
Does it feel any different, April, to get 1 million followers, do you think?
Oh yes, that's why I'm sitting here on a Friday night drinking pink champagne on my own.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm quite happy. And I'm dressed up, and nobody else is here apart from you guys. So,
and so are you actually going out tonight to celebrate later on? What do you normally do on Friday nights?
I might do. I'm not much of a party animal, to be honest. I mean, I go to work events and stuff. But my idea of a really good Friday night is just chilling with mates, either going around to my friend's house for dinner, just all sitting around the table, catching up, or go to a nice restaurant, but nothing too glamorous. I think weekends are quite a sort of a winding down time for me, so I like to keep glamour at work and keep weekends more rounded things.
So for people who maybe don't know, and I include myself into that, would you say you do like a Monday to Friday with your modelling, or is there a lot of travel involved? No, it sounds like really obvious questions.
No. I do. I mean, you can't say exactly how often work is ever in the industry that I'm in acting or modelling or I think anything in the arts, because it's you get a job. You can get like 5 jobs maybe at a time, and then you have nothing for a while. So the trick is to just stay busy, whether it's going to the gym, staying active, keeping your mind focused, and being able to concentrate on important things. I say. Stuck because it's very easy when you don't have a job for a while to do nothing. But you got to keep focused.
Are you mostly like London based still?
I am. I live in London. My family's in London, so I very much want to stay put in London.
Because from that point of view, I guess it must feel that going into the city and doing some nightlife in London is like easy for you, but you probably find so many like celebs and that are like pretty much living there already. Right. And they will travel a long way to put up with our pokey, like overcast weather, really, won't they?
Yeah, the weather here is not exactly
And I'm on down there hanging out.
So I guess it must be appropriate if, say, April's in here as, of course, fashion model, and we've got a bunch of guys sitting in here, but I was just so wishing in many ways another girl would turn up, but don't let me do all the talking. If anyone wants to go ahead and ask April a few questions, I'll just check my stream.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, Mike. But I read yesterday that apparently it's 70% men on Google Plus and only 30% women.
Yeah, that's what it's about 75%. But I mean, I'm on a show later on tonight, which is just going to be rowing about people not being on Google Plus and why have they changed like a white button to a red button and all of these things that are going on. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I think that somebody like you being on Google Plus would sort of fly the flag not only for the UK, but also for for women in general, that you can use use this system, because it isn't Twitter and it isn't Facebook. How do you fare on Twitter and Facebook compared to Google Plus?
Well, to be honest, I never really did much with my Twitter account and my Facebook account. I like to keep Facebook more for, I think it's more of a private thing. But to be honest, I don't know, I quite like Google Plus, and I think they have so many cool functions which Twitter and Facebook don't have. Like, for instance, the Hangout is really, really good. I don't know anyone else can do that at the moment. So
So how much did you say that the Twitter? You do quite a bit of tweeting.
I tweet about maybe like blogs that I do or events and things, public stuff. I don't really do much personal stuff on Twitter at the moment on Google Plus. I like to share like my sort of day in day out activities and what I'm up to and stuff. It feels more free on Google Plus for some reason.
No, that's pretty cool because I'm just looking now and it looks like you've got about 4,700 followers on Twitter. And I know one of the people over in Gillian Reynolds over in LA. Sorry? Oh, don't tell anybody. But well, you can say that there's 1 million on Google Plus and 4,800. But at the end of the day, can people see you and speak to you like this? Probably not. Hey, Joseph, Justin, you got a question at all?
Hey, Mike, how are you? Yeah, hi, April. I'm Joe Puglisi. I'm from New York City.
Hello, hi, nice to meet you.
I finally got the timing right. I think if I just chase Mike Downs' coattails, I can always get in the really good hangouts. I've been wanting to meet you for several weeks now, if not months. Just haven't been able to get in. So who are the most interested, apart from Mike Downs, who are the most interesting people you've met in the hangout so far?
Well, to be honest, this is the first time I've been on a hangout and I'm able to use my microphone so people can actually hear me. I was only being able to type on chat, so I wasn't really having a proper hangout anyway. So this is the first hangout, and I've been lucky to meet people like Mike. But I haven't really met that many people yet, so it's all new and it's exciting and it's a new adventure. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But you seem pretty nice.
Well, thank you. I think I am, but, that's just my opinion.
He's harmless.
Yeah, they're all friends of mine, really. But I think, as I was saying to you, it's a lot easier to talk, April, about it, is that getting into the US news crowd that we do with the anchoring, certainly with some lovely people like Maria Corban and Shaka Armstrong, who are on Fox 11 LA. I don't know if you've heard of those, but certainly their breakfast shows they do over there, which is really kind for the UK time. Then they can have people on like Jason Isaacs, the British actor, was on today. It's just remind me some of the names here. We had Shaka Khan, the singer, a few years back.
We had Cloris Leachman. We've had Martha Plimpton.
Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman, the actor, was on the other day.
George Takei.
Let's see if I can see if I'm just going to invite Maria in here, so she's free.
You know what, Mike? It occurs to me that we could turn the tables here, and if April was willing, we could bring April to the party, and Maria could interview her through a hangout.
That'll be cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
What do you think, April?
Sorry, say it again.
Would you like to be interviewed by Maria Kuban at the Fox LA studios some morning?
Tomorrow morning?
Some morning.
The lady we're talking about, Maria Corban in LA, it has this website called Mummy Loves Tech, about mums, with technology. But the girl that she is good friends with is a girl, can you remind me of her name? It's Brooke, is it Brooke Shaw or Brooke something? And she is a former Miss Universe and Miss and all that. I can get you a picture of it. And so she did this. Mohammed's just turned up. So Maria has got like a former Miss Universe who's talking about technology and things like that. So she's really well connected into some. She works in the same studio as Gillian Reynolds and Lauren Sanchez, who are all like LA presenters and people like that. Where's your friend Mohammed then? Because I saw him pop up that he was coming in, but I haven't seen that he's here yet.
It says he joined and left at the same time, so
yeah.
maybe he's got a problem there.
Okay.
Well, he was quick.
So Mike, may I ask something? Is this being recorded?
This is recording now, yeah, so it's going out live, and it's also just uploading to my YouTube channel as well, so it'll be available later.
Oh, cool, so we can look at it and see how we
Well, that's the thing, because I was just looking, previously, because, tell us a little bit about your presenting, because you're not only modelling, but you were presenting, I'm going to guess at this, what was it, Lord Miles?
Fashion TV.
Is that still happening?
It's funny that you said that, because actually, if you've seen on my Google Plus page, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, I posted up all these beautiful pictures and the dresses were really spectacular.
Yeah, there's some nice dresses there.
Yeah, like all diamond stuff.
Yeah.
Yale, and so that was actually filmed for Fashion TV, and I hosted it. I hosted the whole shoot. So that was my first proper, I suppose, bit of presenting where I was actually interviewing other people and stuff.
Cool.
Designer. So that was quite cool. But I don't really want to get into too much presenting because I want to be an actress. And I think once you're stereotyped as a presenter, you can't be taken too seriously as an actor. I just find there aren't enough actors that have made it from presenting to acting.
What sort of acting genres are you looking at?
Classical acting.
Are you don't have to answer this, but are you going through any kind of like acting training or, you know, sort of stuff like that? I mean, I'm not an actor, I don't know.
Yeah, well, at the moment, I'm just taking independent classes, but I studied at the drama school RADA, Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, which is the top. So, yeah, I love acting.
What
Who's
about
your favorite actress?
Pardon?
I said, who's your favorite actress? Who do you want to model yourself after?
That's quite a tricky one. There are so many great actresses on there. I suppose one of our best actresses, top sort of quality actress would be like Judi Dench or Helen Mirren. Yeah, I suppose if I wanted to be more feisty and sexy like Angelina Jolie, that's quite obvious one I suppose.
New Tomb Raider, you never know.
Have you met anybody, actress-wise, who's given you like a bit of like really solid advice? You don't have to say what it is, but in terms of, I guess it isn't just like you go to somewhere like RADA and then you apply for a job and then you just go, oh look, it's done. Because I give you the example with Elle Macpherson, because she was like, you know, fantastic model, and then she went over to acting, and sometimes she found it ever so hard, you know, to like, I think I remember being believed in some of these movies because, you know, of her looks and you know, playing those characters.
Right. I see what you're saying. I mean, yes, obviously being a model and then trying to be a model and an actress is going to be, well, it's more difficult, I suppose, than just going straight into acting because people think, you know, well, she can only play the sexy parts or this or that. But I think if you believe something so much and you're willing to work hard at it, it doesn't matter. You just got to ignore that.
So the next step, of course, well, it's not the next step. I'm going to say it because it's just popped into my head. Is the role which somebody like you, being, you know, as use the word actually without saying it, as I'm going to say in this type, you know where I'm leading this, and that's James Bond. You know, is to say that, you know, whenever. Yeah, exactly. You know, but that is always used. Don't be. You know, was that a shush? Be quiet because that's happening, or is that like?
Light a smoke from my gun.
Oh right, yeah. I thought you were sort of making the sign to say, oh, you can't talk about that because it's actually just been
She's in
filmed already.
Skyfall.
I don't know. Yeah, can somebody Google that just to see what they're making at the moment?
Skyfall.
That is.
They're making Skyfall.
Maybe at the moment.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? But what about the people who are in? I'm just trying to think who would be. I mean, I don't know. Anybody know any good actors around here who could get, you know, some really solid people? I'm talking about in the London area. You know better than me, don't you? Really, because
Are you trying to get an actor by any chance?
I'm sorry.
Are you trying to get a certain actor?
No, I think I'm more interested in the production side of how, you know, I mean, it's something I don't know about. Meaning how, you know, Hangouts, I think would be absolutely phenomenal for that. Is that you can, you know, like meet somebody and then you can be in certain places. I mean, for an example, as a citizen journalist myself, you know, I used to be a teacher. It's a matter of you meet people and then you get behind, you know, like the BBCs and the TV stations, and you're more involved in the production. And from that point of view, it's a matter of speaking to people differently. So, for an example, to get TV news hangouts going, I spend a lot of time with people, you know, behind the scenes, sorting it all out. You know, so which begs the next question, of course, for you, is whether you go into acting on stage.
Yes, I would very much love to do acting. I think that's what I feel most comfortable with, take on the role. Quite an incredible experience, especially to get, you know, reaction from the audience and to see it live. that's one of the best feelings you could probably ever have in my book, in my work.
Mm.
Yeah, stage is definitely something that I would like to explore.
Yeah, I think the sound's just dropping off a tiny bit. Let me just go. I'm just going to put some more invites out whilst somebody else asks a question.
So that begs the question: if you want to do live theater, can you sing? Can you dance?
Yes, I'm a trained dancer. However, my voice may need a little bit more for the singing. My vocals aren't exactly up to scratch. But,
Oh, which reminds me actually, one of the on-air hangouts we did a couple of weeks ago, purely by accident, was it was from Spokane, Washington, in America, but they were starting up for, let's get this right, America's Next Top Model. You know the show with Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
And they'd hired this hotel, and they'd got these actresses, sorry, not actresses, models, just you know, doing a little bit of a catwalk and then just being interviewed, and then it all got down to this interview level where one of the girls hadn't seen her mother for like ever, and then one of the people in the hangout asked this question, say, if your mother was here like right now, what would you know, say to the mother? And then the girl was getting a bit upset and all these things, and I'm just saying that with Google Hangouts like this, you never know where the next question is going to come from, really. Or equally, you never know who's... Sorry?
they should have brought her mother into a hangout, right?
Oh God, yeah. Well, you know, one person in the hangout said, you know, if your mother were here right now, what would you say to her? And the girl was like going to the webcam and talking, and that was all live, and it's back on the. But wouldn't it be amazing if, you know, just for messing around in this hotel with these, you know, these girls who wanted to be models, that you actually saw the next face of, you know, whoever it would want to be? Because one of the things, just on for those people watching on a technical angle from Google, is that if you have got your Wi-Fi, let's say you were doing modeling or some presenting of what you just said, as long as you've got that stream going, the recording later on is whatever the Google servers, you know, like get. So you could be in the middle of a coffee shop somewhere and someone else could be like hanging out from, you know, all over the world. Then later on you've got like this really good show. So in other words, you know, all these people who do, I mean, you've done like a little bit, a tiny bit of it, you know, like you produce the YouTube, put it on YouTube, and then people watch it, don't they? But with the Google Hangout, it's live. So you could just like be anywhere. But I don't know if you'd get swamped though, wouldn't it? If you went down.
I did, because I think you get to see more of the person, like what they're really like, because they can see anything, like being at home or being with their family, or, you know. I think it's more of that. I think really it's what you see more of the person at their most real self. I like that.
Can I just check the sound, everybody? Is everybody hearing April? Because I'm high.
It's getting very fuzzy, and the picture's actually getting a little pixelated too, Mike.
Oh, is it? Okay, all right. Well, what about April? Are you happy to? Somebody else just come in. I mean, to start up your own Hangout in your stream, because then you're broadcasting it immediately to like 1 million people. Then, or if you want to sort of sit around here.
No, I can do that. I'm just I'm concerned that I won't be able to get it live and then be able to have dots and right. Until we're not being able to look at the
That's okay. So as long, I think the main thing at the moment, it's kind of working. But say your voice, which is lovely. I think if you figure out where the microphone is on the laptop, then you don't have to come too close. But the next step, that what we normally do is we all get like USB headsets or something. I know, which looks a bit dorky, but it's you'd be surprised actually. A lot of people have like a little. Olaf is from. You're down in California, Olaf, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Greetings all.
Are you familiar with April? Do you know April Summers?
I'm slightly familiar with her. I've heard a bit about her. So.
Good heavens, man, lie.
I agree.
I have a hard time keeping up with everybody, you know.
Okay, well April's just turned over just about 300, whatever it is. She's about 1 million followers on Google Plus at the moment. So April's hanging out from London this evening to be with us.
I noticed that. I did a spot of research. So.
Oh, okay then. All right. Okay. I mean, the important thing is, have you got any champagne still in that glass, April, sitting in there at the moment?
So I have some champagne in my glass, but what happened before, as to why I'm late to join your hangout, is because I had like a full glass and half a full. And as
Whoa! Whoa!
wait, I didn't drink that, right? As I was panicking to like set the whole hangout thing up, I managed to spill it all everywhere, and everything smashed all over my mother's living room. And so I had to clear that up and then come back. And now I need to drink a little bit of champagne now.
Okay, cool. And then I suppose it's, what's the next thing to do? I think this is what I'd love to see. I don't know if you'd want to do this. I mean, just purely how it works, how you work. But if you go to this one, this would be hilarious, wouldn't it? It'd be really good, I think, if you, because I know you know how you, I'm sure how you operate in public anyway. But if you went to somewhere which was good Wi-Fi, opened up like, I don't know, why don't you just go out, just buy a brand new laptop or something, you know, and get a top machine with a webcam, and then sit in a coffee shop or something, open it up and say, oh, April Summers here, tell people where you are, or see if they can guess, and it's Find April around London or something, you know, hanging out live. Well, I think it'd be excellent. It'd be the amount of people, well, she's sitting there going, ooh.
It's a bit stalky.
Well, no, but if you, yeah,
like a
okay.
sexy version of Where's Wally?
Yeah.
I think the trick here would be to do it in Paris, not in London, so that you
that
can
would
find April in Paris.
Ah, clever.
Oh.
I like
Okay.
it.
Well, let's ask, yeah.
I have family in Paris.
So, see, there you go.
Okay, well,
So
let's
thank
ask the obvious question. If you went out now, got on the tube, and you survived that far and went into, I don't know, Trafalgar Square, and stood around on a Saturday afternoon in Trafalgar Square, would people recognise you?
I don't know. I think so.
Right, somebody needs to figure out if there's some Wi-Fi in Trafalgar Square, because you can do it regularly, you know, with your iPhone, can't you? And have you hung out on your iPhone yet?
No, I haven't actually, and I have an iPhone. I don't use any of the apps. I don't actually use anything on it.
What?
Take pictures.
Because as long as somebody else on a machine, you know, like a laptop, opens the Hangout, then you just check down the stream in the normal way and join it. But you can't join one or start one not using on air, because it doesn't kind of like work that way yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think you could get, you know, off the top of my head, I hope everybody else agrees, that to start up like Where's April or This Is What April's Doing as a live thing, I think would really take, you know, Hangouts to the next level. Because have you got any, you don't have to say who they are, but, you know, connections with TV, you know, stations in the UK?
Yeah. But I just think I'm not sure about your idea right now.
Okay, well, what I'm asking is that what you've got and what I've got, and I'll say this anyway, is by having the on-air account that, you know, that you've got, and what I've got, in the UK, no one else has, like the BBC, ITV, Sky, they don't have it. They can't do what you can do. You know,
Right.
Which is quite an interesting... No. Well, they can. They can't.
It feels worth more than just $1 million. It feels like £1 million.
Do
So
you know
if I'm understanding,
yeah.
so Mike, what you're saying is that you and April, you each have something special, and together you can do something special? Am I following this
No.
right?
No.
Nah, not really, no.
No.
Combination of the UK. I think it's what Mike's trying to say with the dominate Great Britain.
Yeah, the sound's breaking just a little bit there. Do you know, April, the guy who is the DJ guy? What's his name? Miles? Paul something?
Paul
Paul Oakenfeld.
Yeah, do you know Paul Oakenfeld?
I don't know.
Because he happens to have quite a lot of followers at Google Plus. Like, is it 1.3 million?
Yeah, he's the famous
Wow.
I reckon.
Sorry?
I'm not so much into music, but I think he's a famous, a
DJ,
well-known
yeah.
DJ.
So, by the chance of it, I can look at the numbers, but I would have thought, let's hope you can, like, you know, skinny up on him and then beat him and do some on airs or something. And well, I mean, the thing is that it's another side to April Summers, because I think from last time when you had all those microphone issues, it was a matter of saying, look, I've seen before, and I think I got wrapped over it, and I will say this, by the comments I was saying, I'm trying to help April Summers because I think she's a really nice person and also wants to do presenting and acting, and people are saying, no, she's a model, we don't want her to talk and things. So I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh my god, that's not very good.
Why would you circle somebody you don't want to talk to?
There's a couple of things.
Yeah,
I suppose, but
I think the big question for somebody like April, which I think everybody would like to hear, and I don't care who it is, and that is, if you are popular on Google Plus and you've got 1 million followers, and April is very much here in front of us, does that mean that you are totally managing your Google Plus account yourself? Do you do everything yourself on your Plus account?
Do I have to answer that?
No.
No.
Yes, I do. Okay, I'll be honest. Every post is my post, but if I can't get onto Google Plus and I'm in a photo shoot, or I'll quickly call my assistant and ask them to post it. But I don't have a PR agency or anybody involved or anyone using their tactics or anything to promote me. It's all me. It's just not necessarily always me at the keyboard.
Well, that's all right. That's still coming directly from April, even if she's calling her assistant. It's not like one of these things where she's got nothing to do with it, and it's a team behind closed doors doing it somewhere else, which you see on so many other celeb sites.
I don't actually have any PR, so that wouldn't be the case. I do it all myself. I have a manager who gets me work, but I don't advertise myself as a brand, so I don't have any PR team that would do that. So I can promise you it's just me.
No, that's brilliant. That's good news. Good news. So, John, where are you, Michael? Where are you located?
I am in Austin, Texas.
Oh, great. Okay. Are you quite glad that everybody from South by Southwest have they taken off now? Is it still going on?
The South by Southwest will continue through the weekend. In fact, it's the really busy time. It's the music portion of the festival.
Yeah, Mike, be careful what you say now. My son's down there running the Babel Music exhibit.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's quite impressive.
Do you have anything, any questions or anything to April joining us this evening?
Oh goodness, let me get up to speed.
Leave the poor guy alone.
Well, it's your Hangout, April. You run it. What do you want to say to anybody? Or?
More Hangout, actually.
Well, yeah, you've got more followers than me, so you can do what you want. I mean, we want to.
Still my followers, mine.
Okay. The big question is that if anybody knows where April lives, I've got a sneaky feeling that there's a bottle of champagne that's been spilt all over the floor and it's empty, and April's got nothing to drink and she is dying of thirst. And so if there's anybody, delivery guys in the, I don't know, London area, I'm sure she'll find a house to deliver like a crate load of cold champagne or something with some strawberries.
Is there a champagne delivery service up in London? There must be.
Of course there is.
We've got a delivery firm down here in Brighton. It's called the Booze Brothers.
Excellent.
Oh, wow.
April, I do have a question, and I'm sorry I'm late to the party, so I don't know if this has already been asked, but since the topic at hand is you're reaching 1 million circlers, how different is engagement on Google Plus now at 1 million as compared to, say, when you had only 100,000 or 50,000 or some notably lower number?
How do you mean by engagement? Engagement with my followers, or?
Yeah. Do you have an easier time or a harder time having meaningful conversations? I mean, I know your situation is unusual.
Sorry, I'm a little bit confused. Sorry, conversations as in live conversations and Hangouts, or just one-on-one interactions?
I'm thinking more about in posts, comment threads, etc.?
Mm.
Oh,
Right.
cool. Do you know what? I don't actually see much of a difference. Since it reached like 500,000 now to 1 million, there's not much difference. No. Maybe I'm not making enough effort, but I realize as from today, I will be making more efforts to make more interesting posts and actually sort of answer back and, you know, interact more with everybody on here. Because I think maybe I've just been posting too much.
I think a good idea is whether you get, like, say, private messages, you know, limited messages directly to you, and you know whether you have to deal with those or it's comments. But most people, when they put a post out, like if you put a post out, I'm sure I haven't got the numbers here, of one of your new photographs, you get loads and loads and loads of like +1s, and you know, and the shares on Google Plus is slightly different. And then my guess is, do you do many, if at all, posts that are like private or limited to friends?
Oh, I see. I think I can probably count those on 2 hands or 1 hand. Only because I don't have actually many personal friends on Google Plus. So all the friends that I do have on Google Plus are now the friends that I've made since I've become a member on Google Plus. So yeah, hopefully these numbers will increase, and I'll have more friends on Google Plus.
Brilliant. I'm going to go and check your numbers right now. Somebody else want to pitch in?
Yeah, it just makes me think of a question, actually, April. You're saying about friends on Google Plus. What about your? I don't want to know who they are, but your friends in real life. Have you found that any of them have started to treat you slightly differently as you've got more and more well known and more famous?
No, not at all. No, I don't think. I think when you have a group of really strong friends, that never becomes an issue. I'm very lucky because I have a small circle of very close friends. I don't have a huge amount of friends and just loads of acquaintances that I don't see all the time. I literally have maybe like 10 really solid friends, so they would never treat me differently. I'm not that famous either, so it's not an issue.
That's a good thing, because you need people like that behind you, especially the more and more famous you get. If you've got some friends that knew from before that and they're really strong anyway, they're going to help you and be the backbone of everything outside of that, because once you are really well known, you won't know who to trust, whether they're real friends or not. So it's good you've already got something like that. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I think, you know, I understand what you're saying. However, I don't think just because you've become a little bit more popular than you used to be, that you shouldn't give everyone an opportunity to be anybody's friend, because then you're just going to become a very paranoid person. And I think, you know, whatever happens and however lucky I am with the success that I have, I still want to be myself, and I still want to have the option to be friends with whoever I want to be friends with. So,
right.
yeah, I don't want that to be an issue, and I don't think it should be an issue. But I see what you're saying. It's very fair judgment.
So April, have you mastered the concept of circles, and are you taking some of the million people that have circled you and putting them into other circles so that you can address them on a smaller scale?
I suppose there have been a few, yeah. I think anybody who makes maybe like a really interesting comment or takes the time to actually write to me and speak about something rather than just making a quick one-line sentence comment, I will take the time to answer back and try and maybe progress some sort of relationship over that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, that's the whole concept behind circles, is that you could take people and put them into, thoughtful comments, circle, one-liners. I mean, you can also do the other. You can take the people that have only spent the time to say something silly or stupid or offensive, and put them in a circle as well, and keep them off to the side.
Which is a really leads to the next question, and that is, have you experienced much, like comments that are not so nice comments or things that you've had to delete?
Actually, there's always going to be people who have something horrible to say because they had nothing better to do with their time. And yes, there have been a few, but there haven't been so many that I'm not able to control it. So that's it.
Fantastic. We're just joined by Paul. Do you know Paul at all, and what Paul does?
No, I don't know.
Do you want to introduce yourself, Paul? And just
He's got mic problems, Mike.
Oh, is he? Sorry. Right, okay.
He's just typing in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who's been in one of Lord Miles? You've been in one of Paul's hangouts before, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've been in as well.
Yeah.
Paul's a well-known body painter, April. He actually takes the naked female and body paints them up, all sorts of different patterns, styles, stencils. He's done a lot of them on Google+. Recently did a live one.
Yeah,
and
a couple live ones. Yeah.
Yeah, did an on-air one though. Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Very talented guy, Paul.
Yeah. Makes us all look like hacks.
I can't remember what time I stayed up to, but I know it was the early hours of the morning watching Paul do the painting live as it was happening. It was fantastic.
Or was it because of the naked lady?
No, it's because I've seen Paul's photographs and I always wanted to actually watch him doing it because he blends the models into the background a lot of the time. So
you don't really see the nakedness.
It's absolutely incredible stuff, and it was brilliant just to watch how he did it.
Yeah. Have you got any like clips or?
There's some videos on his profile.
Oh, okay, cool.
We can always screen share them here, can't we? But I think that the interesting thing is that Google are now allowing, which I'm sure is absolutely fine and lovely, with on air, isn't it? Because I think the last one went out on air publicly, didn't it?
Yeah. I was quite surprised by that, actually.
Okay, so I need to go and check on my puppy. So, Mike, do you think I should start my Hangout?
Well, I think it's probably a good time for us all to have a bit of a break. And if you want to, you're happy to do what you want. And it's the same thing. Perhaps we'll end in the next couple of minutes if anybody's got maybe a last question. And lovely and great to see you on a Friday night with 1 million followers here. And then just get like better at it and everything, isn't it? Meaning, you know which buttons you're pressing, putting it in your stream, and then knowing how you can invite people. You can't invite public people, but you can invite your circles and then extended circles, to get people in.
I do actually have a quick question just before you go, April.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the suggested user list on Google+? I know that you've been on the list for quite a while, and it makes a big difference on the number of people circling you. What's your impression of it?
I think it's great.
Great answer. What's she going to say? No, take me off that list. It's got me 1 million followers.
Yeah, you need it. Get rid of it.
Great. Okay.
Well, Mike, I think we should take up a collection and buy April a really good microphone so that she can plug into her computer and improve the sound. What do you think?
Yeah, I think audio is excellent on this, isn't it? If we can be heard. So, okay. So we'll look out, and then thanks very much for joining us, April. And then we hope to see you. Any promises on how often you're going to be hanging out from now? Do you think?
No promises, but I will definitely make more of an effort.
Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye and everything, so I have to end this one, then the broadcast ends.
All right.
All right, cheers.
See ya.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.
Yep.